In that case, I have started the recording. Oh, for God's sake.
You should not have given us
already.
access.
Good Lord. Anyway, this is, what day is today? It's the 19th of September in 2022.
It's
I'm Commander Jam
3308.
I'm Commander Jantrax, and this is the Loose Screws podcast. And I am going to tell everybody right now that this is going to be the most distracted episode of this podcast that has ever been, because am I the only one? Actually, now that we've moved into the recording channel, I might be the only one. I'm fighting hydras. Okay. Anyway, the point is, we're committed to it. Loose Screws is going for a trophy in anti-Xeno combat this season, and we're going for it, and I'm not going to quit for anything. All right. Anyway, I'm joined by, start from the bottom, I'm joined by Teflon. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Fighting hydras. Nurgle is also here at the last possible minute. I'm surprised to see you.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see me too, but I'm here. So,
Commander Dr. Lieutenant Commander Data is here.
You're so
Hello?
close.
Hello?
Did I get something wrong still? That was good enough?
No, you're good. You're
Esquire, Defender of the Realm, His Lordship.
Defender of the faith.
Oh, he's been given property now? Is that what that means?
Yeah.
I don't understand royalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the queen died.
Yeah.
Well, it was a recent vacancy, yeah, so everybody moved up.
It's not,
Oh, no.
It's not land ownership, it's lawnmower ownership nowadays is the important thing.
That is a
Yeah.
recent decree,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
Yeah.
VP8.
And also, back after a long absence, Commander Dubs is here. Welcome back.
Hey, that's me. Yeah, it's been a little bit, and in my usual fashion, showing up on a Monday afternoon, I have no idea what the fuck's going on in this game, even less so than normal, just so you guys are aware.
I've been here, I've been filling in for you. this whole
Good,
time,
good.
So.
Well, I mean, we're basically the same anyways, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
That's right. Well, I as far as what's been going on, I'll tell you right now, I've got basically nothing to say. When I've been playing the game, which is whenever I can, I have been fighting Thargoids. There's stuff going on, and like I say, we're putting up those numbers as a squad. We're going for the trophy. I don't think we can get first or second, because those squads are squadrons that is basically all they do, and it's just not going to be possible for a little guy like us. But several of us over here put up some pretty big numbers in AX, and we're pretty committed to hopefully getting a bronze trophy this season, which just started last week. So that's what's going on, and I'm doing it right now. Who would like to follow that?
Oh, I will be joining you as soon as I
All
collect
right.
my Jolly Ranchers that I missed out on over about a month ago.
All
Yeah,
right.
you're good. You haven't missed it yet. Yeah, that's when I've been playing a bit more than I had been because of this effort. So yeah, that's been good. I'll get on when there's a group of us playing, help out in the CZs when they work in a group. That's the most disheartening, exhausting part is trying to get them to work. Sometimes.
Trying to get him to, yeah.
Yeah, but I've been playing the AX game and also playing a bit of that Tinykins game a bit more. So still having fun with that.
Cool.
That's been it for me. How about you, Nurgle?
All right.
Work has been kicking my ass so bad. Literally tonight is the first night I have been on my computer in 3 or 4 days, and I haven't played Elite since last week.
Yeah, it's
So,
been story time with old man Nurgle here in Discord for a while.
Yeah, well, I put a picture in Chig Chat of today's edition of Stupid Shit People Broke over the weekend. And if people want to go and look at it, that is a piece of exercise equipment, because like a lot of parks around the country, we have these outdoor exercise yards that we've put in.
Yep.
And over
Love
the
those.
over the weekend, somebody apparently decided that they liked a particular piece of exercise equipment, so they cut away the rubber poured-in-place surface that's under it, dug down to the foundation, removed 3 of the 1-inch nuts of the 8, removed 3 of them, then apparently could not get the other 5 off with whatever they were using, and so they cut them off with a grinder to free that thing up, and then I guess decided it was too damn heavy to move.
What
Just
would you
gave up.
even do that with that if you stole it? Like,
Yeah, like
the
it,
only
it,
they
it
were
doesn't
going
work
across.
if it's not installed.
They were going across scales with it. They were going to take it across scales. There's no way they were going to try to mount that in their house or something.
Scrap metal.
What
Yeah,
does
they
that
were
mean?
gonna-
Oh,
junkyard.
scrap metal.
Scrap metal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were going to try to scrap it because I can't imagine they would try to mount it in in their yard or their garage or something because it
Boy,
has
that's
to
a
be.
lot of work for that.
They didn't realize that at first.
But they brought an angle grinder.
Yeah.
I mean,
or
oh my
something,
God.
yeah, or a sawzall with a hacksaw blade or something.
Right.
And I just never
They
seen
should've
that before.
Called the guy with
Holy
the truck
shit.
that took out your electric panel last week and had him hit the.
Oh, if I could
playground.
identify that guy. If I could identify that guy. And then this afternoon, I was on a conference call with the local Coast Guard amongst some other people because not Veterans Day, but Memorial Day coming up in November. Of course, there's going to be all sorts of things going on. And the Coast Guard decided that, I don't know, I guess they didn't want to be one-upped by whatever ship the Navy is going to dock downtown, and they wanted to put one of their helicopters in one of the downtown parks. And I somehow got roped into this because they were asking a bunch of questions, and I got pulled into this conference call, and they're asking me if there would be any problem with putting this helicopter down there. Like, well, you can't get a helicopter in there. Oh, no, it'll fit. Like, you're going to bring in the Navy version of a Black Hawk, right? Yeah.
So a Seahawk.
Seahawk.
And of course, I'm sitting like, that's got an 80-foot rotor span? No, it's 54 feet. Okay. Have you looked at a map of the park? Well, yeah, we looked at it. It's like, did you look at the satellite view? Because there's like 14 flag poles. There's a whole bunch of 75-foot light posts. And yeah, the helicopter will physically fit, but you can't fly it in there. Well, I guess we need to go look at the park. And I'm sitting here thinking, you haven't looked at it? You just want to bring a helicopter in? But so I'm meeting them there, their flight crew there tomorrow morning at 9:00 to explain to them why, yes, the helicopter will physically fit on this patch of grass, but good luck flying it in here.
Oh man, them pilots are cocky as hell.
I know that. Well, all the years I worked at the hospital, we had a helipad. And so I'm kind of familiar with those damn Seahawks. That is not a small helicopter.
No, it is not. And then which variation of the Seahawk is it? Is it an
I have
SH-60,
no idea.
an HH-60, an MH-60?
I have no idea. Didn't ask. And it doesn't matter because they're all freaking huge.
And when I was in the Navy, I was on an aircraft carrier, and we had the 2 elevators in the back of the back in Bay 3, and there was a pilot who actually put in a request because he was 100% certain he could fly through one elevator and out the other one. And it's like that's not symmetrical, man. Like they're not directly across from each other. They're offset. Like, no.
That's some Hot Shots level stuff right there.
They think they can do anything, man.
They do. And I mean, if nobody has ever seen a Black Hawk up close, I mean, everybody's seen them flying overhead, but when you get to see one of those up close, that's a freaking flying school bus. Those things are not small.
I seen a dude who had no business being on the flight deck get his die from a helicopter.
Oof.
Oh.
He didn't have no business being up there.
Yeah.
And he came up on the wrong side when the helicopter was coming in, and you can't come up that side when the helicopters are landing, especially not right there.
Yep.
Damn.
So I'm going to tell this guy tomorrow morning, you're welcome to put the helicopter in here if you fold up the blades and drive it in on a truck.
Yeah, lower via crane.
Yeah, taxi it in.
But you're not going to fly it in here. It's never going to fit.
That's why you can't, no matter what they do in movies, you can't approach a helicopter when it's landing because the rotors, they bounce. Even if they're spinning, they still bounce when when the helicopter hits the ground, like impacts the ground. There's still that force there. It's going to make them go down. And I mean, at least you won't feel it.
And
Ooh,
like
sinister.
again, all the years I worked at that hospital, our helipad was not rated for a Seahawk, but there was just enough room because it was a square landing pad with a fence around it, and if you actually angled it in sideways and you were any good, you could drop it in and fit. So in a couple of real emergency situations, we had one land there, and every time one of those things landed, it like blew the landscaping out all the way around. It uprooted bushes. Sure. We had to break windows on the emergency room once just because we weren't built for a helicopter that big, and the prop wash or the rotor wash is so huge. They are not small, people. So like I said, I'm meeting half of the Coast Guard brass tomorrow morning, and their crew to walk through where they want to land this thing. So if they actually decide they're going to put it in there, I'm going to be at a safe distance with a camera on Memorial Day.
Holy shit!
A safe distance would be be like several hundred feet away behind
not
something
near any
that you
glass.
that you can easily get behind that's not glass.
Exactly.
Hey, show some respect. Those guys have been guarding the coast for over 200 years, and it's still not gone anywhere.
Are you talking about the Coast Guard?
Yeah.
Oh, the puddle pirates.
Oh my god!
In the Navy, we call the Coast Guard puddle pirates.
Oh, really? So branches of the military and other services and things like that make fun of each other? That's so weird. I've never heard about that.
I
never would have
guessed.
guessed.
Dubs all the time.
I mean, it happens.
Dubs, it is it is really still it's catching me off guard to hear your voice and not having the sound effect of you saying that you're might be stupid, because that's all we've had of you for a while. Do you what do you want to well, whatever. What I'm saying, I guess, is I'm not insisting that you talk about why you had to be gone or anything
Jesus
like
Christ.
that.
He's trying to ask what you've been up to that you want to talk about.
What you've been up to that you want to talk about, man.
He's cold orbiting, cutting some slack.
About.
I honestly don't think I've been up to anything notable recently. Played Breath of the Wild. I mean, there's that. That was pretty good. But
I've been playing Breath of the Wild again lately. I love that game. That's my favorite Zelda game.
I need to finish the story. I'm like right there at the end.
I'm playing it again because Tears of the Kingdom got announced.
Yeah, no, me and my son were playing it together, and he's 7, and he looked at me and he said, I want a version of this game where I can be a bokoblin, and me and my bokoblin friends can hunt the travelers. And he likes to put on likes to put on the bokoblin mask and feed them.
These little goblin things
That's pretty
you
funny.
kill.
Yeah. It's like his favorite thing to do in that game.
It's the cannon fodder enemies.
Yes.
Yeah, trash mobs.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Trash mob.
But yeah, he wants a version of the game where he can go hunt the travelers with his bokoblin buddies.
That's a good game. Don't know if you've heard about it. That Zelda. Good.
Yeah. No. I mean, I guess I'm never been a huge fan of Nintendo games, but it's all right. It's good. I like it. It was definitely worth me playing on a pirated Switch.
Do what you got to do, man. I'm not gonna call the authorities on you.
I'm not gonna call Mario.
Oh.
Send your worst Nintendo. I have one of the physical cartridges, so I'm clear.
I don't know. Nintendo lawyers are like Disney lawyers. They move real fast.
Yeah.
Like
but yeah, no,
Disney
I
video games.
got nothing else to talk about. That's about it.
All right. Well, in that case, there's probably some show that's going on here. So one of the Hydras has been killed. We're working on. Wait, I didn't. Oh wait, I didn't ask anybody. You guys were just passing back and forth very politely to each other, and then I fucked it up.
Yeah, nobody asked me. No, fuck y'all.
Fucking A, man.
You know what? I'm leaving this. I'm leaving.
He's gone.
We didn't want to know. Oh, he left. Oh man.
Man,
We do that. We always give him a hard time. We shouldn't.
I know. I feel. I don't know. There's some part of me that feels slightly responsible.
Get back in here, Teflon. Come on. We love you.
In our defense, he kind of likes getting a hard time.
Oh, God, the sounds. Why?
I'm gonna break every one of your legs.
How many legs do you think I have?
Don't answer that.
I'm in a leg for each of you.
It's not just me. Okay. So I've been told that there's going to be no squad update because somebody tried to land a helicopter on Nurgle. My understanding is actually that there's constant elections going on in Calarum, and we still want bounties in Unktomi.
That is correct. That is correct.
All right. Should I play the sound anyway? I mean,
no.
Yeah. No. I got a yes and a no.
No. We're not doing the full squad update.
Just do
play
it.
The sound.
Don't ask him. Just do it.
All right. No, I'm moving on. We're gonna do.
I haven't left my captain's chair in 36 years.
On the board, the Tin Hattie Express!
Welcome aboard the Tin Hattie Express. I'm going to go ahead and say that drugs are okay and all, but I'm telling you, nothing hits quite like finding the song used in a meme you found. And the more obscure, the better. That out of the way, let's get started. September 12th, Federation looking for the criminally insane to commit a crime. The Thargoid thickening begins. 3 systems under the influence of the booty. September 13th, Simpnator Patrius uses his mouth the right way for once. September 14th, Zine Peace activists think the booty hunters are the problem. September 15th, a 2013 song by Katy Perry called Roar, remastered by the Thargoids, officially released to the public. That song's stuck in anyone else's head. That's a great sign. And on September 16th, both political leaders and the Federation took a day off for the perfectly fair ruling of former Admiral Aiden Tanner. As for the CG prediction, resupply the Bard's basement with beer. Discord folks get to decide which Bard is the recipient. Now, that's all from me this week. Have fun out there.
All right. Bard's, he's still killing it, you guys.
Awesome. The Thargoid thickening.
I still can't believe in 3308 they're still using steam engine trains.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? And for a little background on one of those jokes, because the console copies finally went off, hey, spoiler alert, console copies finally began, somebody joined the Discord who was also called Bard. And so there was a bardening.
The bardening.
And there was
a bar.
Bard 2.
Yeah.
The bardening.
Electric Boogaloo. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for that great segment. It's fantastic. All right.
Children of the Bard.
All right. I'll tell you what. I'm going to play the Thargoid Bug Report sound. And then that'll give you a little more time to think of more puns. All right, here we go. Fantastic. All right, any more? No?
I guess not.
I guess not. Okay. At what point do I need to rein this in? I don't know. I'm not there yet.
That ship has sailed.
You don't like it?
It's over.
Fuck you.
Good night, Jake.
Return of Bard, the revenge of the bardening.
Okay, so there are now 3 confirmed caustic cloacas. Is that right?
That is correct.
Plus
yes.
count, yeah.
Wow.
Plus the rogue signal source?
Oh yeah, they're rogue
think.
signal sources. You guys talked about that last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
existed then.
I don't know how many. Is there only one signal source, or is there one for each?
I do not know.
I don't know if they're in this. I don't even know if they're close to each other in space.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't have any idea what's going on with this anymore because the Doomsday stuff wore off with the community and it became less interesting until it actually happens.
Yeah, it's kind of fizzling at the moment.
We went.
Are they-
We're all doomed to like.
Oh, nothing's changed.
So I mean, like we're doomed at some point, I guess. Like
Long enough time scale, a geologic time scale.
Right.
it
They're
went
still
from
pretty
like
far out there, right?
it went from impending doom at the next tick to be like impending doom in the future, I guess, at some point.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
So the rogue signal sources still contain nothing for those who manage to get in without their game crashing, which is sort of weird. It makes me think maybe they're not supposed to be there yet, because of spoiler alert redacted.
Yeah.
But so yeah, they're no longer kind of the most interesting thing, but they're still bearing down on us, I guess, just eventually.
Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there.
Right. So the 3 Thargoid CG systems that were attacked are still under attack, and on Thursday, federal battleships appeared in each of those systems. And those instances are, in spite of the fact that the cap ship will steal your bonds if you let it be the one to kill the Thargoid. So you have to drag it away. In spite of that, they are still the best instances. I've been running them solo over morning coffee. They're like a high intensity AXCZ, but with the capital ship, you can basically just sip your coffee during the scout phase, because the cap ship will take care of those. And then when the instance works right, which it pretty much always does when I'm by myself, it doesn't fail until I start getting a lot of commanders in it. But it's like a steady parade of interceptors. This morning, I took like 45 minutes and did a Basilisk and a Medusa and 2 Cyclops, and then the thing completed. A pair of Hydras drop in, which I'm not going to do by myself, and I went to work. So pretty cool. But anyway, we're there. Nice. That's where we're on one of these right now. There's the pair of Hydras, and we're about halfway through Hydra number 2 here. There's like, estimating by the lasers I see, probably 8 or 9 people in here. That's enough. It's enough to casually kill Hydras.
Yeah.
You're in private group though, like you're not in like the open, right?
We are in AXI private group, yeah. And that's because I know that's where I'm going to find the most focused concentration of competent AX pilots, which isn't a dig at anybody. It's just, I'm here to make money.
I kind of feel like it is.
Yeah. Well, if they're
go ahead, dig yourself out of this hole. Let's go on.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's room in here or anywhere else really for people who want to get into Thargoid combat and need more practice or whatever before they would be part of this. But finding a crowd is one of the best ways to do that, because I think the thing that's scary about Thargoid combat is just how intense and how many things are happening at the same time. And you kind of have to spend some time in these scenarios to keep your head on straight, to remember to check your modules and repair them and all the things in the right order, and not just freak out and get scared, which is cool that there's a thing that can cause this much intensity and make you freak out and get scared. That's very cool. But at a certain point, like, I like this aspect of the game. It's like my favorite thing to do in the game because it's very, very hard combat. And, but I also want to put up points on the board because we're going for that trophy. Have I mentioned we're going for that trophy?
Woohoo!
I believe you have.
Yep,
I wasn't trying to make
trophy.
you that uncomfortable. I was just making a joke.
I'm not uncomfortable.
Okay.
I don't think what I said was rude to anybody.
No, it wasn't. I was just teasing you.
Yeah.
As I am apt to do.
There are also low and medium and high CZs that don't have cap ships in them. The cap ship ones function like high CZs. So, what's up?
Is my experience it's good it's working out for you solo and with this group. When it does seem to kind of fail on us as a group, though, the way it does that just makes me the most tired is when you get like 1 or 2 interceptors at the beginning and then scouts for the rest of the way.
Right.
Through
like
this
what we have-
easy.
Like what we had the other night when I was in there, and we got nothing but scouts. We weren't getting any interceptors, and nothing would move forward. We
Yeah.
just got wave after wave of
That
scouts.
just kills my spirit when that happens.
Yeah. The way the bugs manifest is, this is an instancing problem, and it starts to become more likely to happen the more commanders are in the instance. And it seems to me the more they are from different parts of the world geographically, because when there's sometimes a wing or a wing plus of us that are all kind of from the eastern half of the United States, or at least from the United States, sometimes it's not a problem. And so sometimes I've been out here flying and find that in the AXI private group, there's a bunch of people and we get stuck in these instances where, maybe they throw us like one Cyclops at the beginning and then everyone's bar progression gets stuck, which by the way is a bug that was listed fixed way back in update 11 and was never fixed. And or the bars do keep moving, but it's only the scout kills that are moving it forward. Another interceptor never drops in, which is definitely not how they're supposed to function. And there's sort of, you can jostle the bars free by whoever it is that has the stuck progress bar has to leave the instance and come back in. And then you end up with these large groups of people who aren't all in the same chats, and you're trying to talk in local chat and convince people to jump out and back in to get it moving again. I'm only interested in sticking around through any of that crap if there's a large number of people, enough that we could actually take down the Hydras in, 30 or 40 minutes. Otherwise, it's not worth my time. And I would rather move to one of like our podcast private group where these other people aren't. And then, either myself by myself or whoever, whatever the team is, 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 of us from Loose Screws, we can progress our way through one of these conflict zones and make money faster than killing Hydras, even though they're worth 60 million a pop, because it takes too long if you have to wait there through all the scouts and stuff. But so, I mean, that's my solution. Yeah. It's super frustrating, but my solution is I just get out of there. It's like, oh, this is what's going on. Okay. I'm just going to move on and go to a totally different instance in a different private group or something.
I totally get you.
Yeah. So this one, like when we sat down to record the podcast, the people who are in Discord right now up in general, they were in this is one of the capital ships in the system that we're calling Tekken 4 because we don't know how to say it. And it's the Hydras had just shown up. So I was like, okay, 2 fresh Hydras drop in. Yeah, we'll score these kills. After this, I'm sure the AXI group here will try to reset the instance. Who knows what it will be? But I don't have the patience to wait around with them if they choose to work their way through scouts to get to the next 2 Hydras. I'd rather go to my own solo instance at that point. But there are 3 fun systems to do this in. The CGs are progressing. There was 42N. I'm going to say that we say this Persei. Is that how you spell Persei?
I think so, yeah.
Anyway, 42N Persei. That was the first one that AXI squad selected as their target, and so that CG is already finished. It finished very quickly. The other 2, I guess, go on. So Chun Pindit is another system, and then Tekkeitjal or Tekkeitjal. Anyway, whatever. Tekken 4. Somebody said Tekken 4, so it's Tekken 4 now. That's canon.
Tekken 4.
Nice.
It's Tekken 4. Yeah.
Should rename my carrier Hihachi.
Actually, this system is very nice. It's a very simple system. Things are close to the main star. There's a large starport very close to several CZ instances, including the one with the battleship. Yeah, I'm excited. So I moved my carrier over here. We'll move on this for a while. Come join the fun.
Coming.
Yeah.
It'll be there in 11 minutes.
Well, this Hydra's got 2 hearts left.
Well,
I don't know.
I probably won't see that one. That's okay, though.
Probably get it in less than 11 minutes, yeah. That's okay. So that's the story.
Right. So, yeah. Okay. So what's next? What's the next story?
The next thing on the show notes after Thargoids is the bug report. And I do have something new to report, actually. Manituk brought this to my attention, and because I just hadn't been looking, but lately, and this is, I think, since the patch / rollback / repatch that went on last week. So a little background, they did that patch that changed the lens flare distance, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. Lowered the distance that you could see the caustic cloacas to something like 4 light years. Well, apparently now, somebody fill me in here, they've repatched it, and now it's a little more than that. He said with a question mark.
Really?
I honestly, I don't know.
They rolled what I thought you were going to say. They rolled back some hotfix that was causing issues over the weekend, and they get back to it when they get done with the funeral holiday.
Oh,
today.
I see. So it hasn't been repatched?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't know what the original hotfix was that caused issues, but whatever that was, they rolled it back.
It was causing
Friday.
a bunch of stability and like disconnects and stuff. That's all I know. I don't know what it was purported to fix.
I don't think they came back today, did they? Because wasn't today the actual funeral? So what?
Correct.
Yes, today was, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Manituk knows, I'm sure, but I don't know what the contents of that hotfix was.
So, but what's going on that's new as of last week is whenever we drop into these various instances here in the Thargoid attacked systems, not whenever, because it only happens to me some of the time. Manituk was saying it happens to him literally every time, but we take hull damage.
Huh? What?
Sort of like as if you had done an emergency stop, but we are safely dropping out of Super Cruise into these instances and taking hull damage. And this morning this happened, and I suffered 10% hull damage, and this is on my Phantom, my AX Phantom, which that means it was doing roughly 250 points of hull damage to do 10% to this ship. So
that's great.
Yeah,
that's not a small
doesn't happen to me. It doesn't happen to me every time, but like we were noticing like 2 or 3%. Then the other night he was like, it just did 10% to me, and I got the same thing this morning, 10%.
Wow.
And I mean, that's not like a huge deal, but it's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Update
may not be a
everybody.
huge
That's not
deal,
supposed to happen.
Yeah, it's not no deal either.
Yeah. And I just got blasted with a bunch of missiles, and now I got to repair a bunch of stuff.
That 10%
Yikes.
came in handy.
Yeah, nails. Yeah. The Thargoid missiles really nail your modules. Ooh, boy, do they do a lot of module damage. Anyways.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, we're going to be fine here. But anyway, so that's the new bug. All the old bugs, of course, still remain. Anarchy Extinction certainly wasn't patched. Hey, maybe that's the thing they were trying to fix. I don't bloody know.
Not the fun bugs. I don't think Devs was here for
they don't either.
Thargoids and CQC.
No.
I saw it. I think that might have happened right before I left, but I do remember seeing it, but I never experienced it.
Yeah, what a fun bit of code, right?
I mean, it's all fucked up.
That would have been fun to actually experience, you know.
Yeah.
You could have left it up for, I don't know, like a week or something since people enjoyed it.
Right.
I'm still salty about this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, what I think is fun is they add into the game a new Thargoid behavior, and it's for this one system, right? It's for HIP 22460, and they make it so that Thargoids are instantly hostile and will appear anytime you drop into normal space. They'll drop in on your wake signals, which is great. Normally we only drop into each other's like wake signals, and humans are always the one in charge. And I think this is just fantastic. It was one of the cool things.
And they drop the shit out of you.
and they just attack right away, and it was cool, right? And then whatever weird code spaghetti you have to do to put in Thargoids will drop in on you whenever you're in normal space, just like somehow appears in CQC. So whenever you're in normal space, including CQC, Thargoid drops in on you, and they're like, what? Just fantastic. And of course that stuff gets patched instantly, and then we're waiting literally over a year for them to program this game to use the entire GPU. What am I supposed to do here? How am I supposed to feel about that?
I know,
You know,
right? Like, I
it's
mean,
just-
God forbid they leave something in that would draw more attention to a game mode that doesn't get enough love or attention from the
Yeah.
community or the developer.
It's infuriating because it shows they have the capability of fixing things.
Yeah, they can move fast on
Quickly.
Yeah.
stuff.
But
Oh, and
why
let's not even
focus on
talk about
this?
Yeah, and let's not even talk about the '07 landing pad bug quote.
Yeah.
Oh man, that made
Which
me angry.
Which we personally pleaded with Stephen Benedetti.
I paid
to
arcs
leave
for the
in.
purple just so I could have
Right.
that.
Right? Me too.
That was a license to print money,
Good
and they
Lord.
patched it out.
Wasted.
Oh well, their loss.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Any other bugs anybody wants to whine about? Just the usual stuff, huh?
Yeah, just the usual
Yep.
stuff.
I successfully jumped my carrier to its destination this past week. Big step for me.
Woohoo!
Made it all the way.
How
First
many people
try?
did you? How
Yeah.
many people did you run into?
Yeah. Nobody. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Huge strides.
He's doing better than me. I haven't successfully logged in, so
All right. Well, so dev news. We should talk about some dev news. Is there any dev news? No, there was no streams. There was no anything, which is fine. That's not a complaint. But there's nothing. The cosmetic sale is still on. I, from memory, think it goes until the 20th, which would be one more day. Does anybody have a memory of when it's supposed to end?
I believe you are correct.
All right.
Right.
So September 20th, I think, was the date. That's tomorrow as we record this. So ship kits still 50% off. Paint jobs still 30% off.
Until the 20th.
The new hazard
That's correct.
kits are still 20% off, and the on foot crap as well.
I'm looking at it right now. Yep, they're still on sale.
Yep. Still on sale. That's it. Buy stuff with your arcs. That's for the sake of the console commanders. Apparently, all this console copy stuff has just been going pretty swimmingly. I saw one report in Discord about something that was a bug. Something didn't come across quite right, and they needed to talk to support about it. But of course, they're working on it. But the vast majority of everybody seems to say it goes off pretty quickly, and in spite of periods where there were longer wait times, somebody said that theirs went through in like 6 minutes
Yeah.
earlier.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 7 minutes.
I saw another
7
report
minutes.
I saw another report that back in the day when the Horizon merge happened and everybody got basically Horizons became part of the base game, and everybody who had purchased Horizons previously got the Azure paint job for everything in the game as a sort of a reward. This particular commander did not receive it. And this is like a Reddit thing. Anyway, whatever. This particular commander did not receive it and had talked to support at the time, and they were just like, we can't because reasons. But they were a PlayStation player, I believe, and they ran their copy today and logged in on PC or whatever day it was, logged in on PC, and lo and behold, there sits in their possession all the Azure paint jobs. So
There you go.
Well, there you
Fantastic.
go.
Interesting.
You know, I'm looking at the store. This vintage gear set's really cool looking. I think I'm gonna actually pull the trigger on this.
yeah, boy.
The vintage gear. Although I don't ever get out.
That sounds like on foot stuff to me.
It is on foot.
It
stuff.
is on foot stuff.
I don't ever go out on foot, but it looks cool. It
Yeah.
kind of like has that old, like when Mystery Science Theater calls space movies that take place in the 1980s, and it's like,
Yeah.
our old future. Back in the 40s
the
and
old
50s.
future.
Yeah, back in the 40s and 50s, they used to think by the 80s we would be living on the moon and going through space to other planets, and it's not how that worked out.
Didn't turn out to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
It
quite.
looks like gear. It looks like gear from our old future.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy to report over here in Tekken 4 that 2 Hydras have been successfully killed, and I am that makes me 150 million credits richer in Thargoid bonds, 60 per 60 per Thargoid and 30 million bonus. And also Manitouk and Crash and Bondo were all in here with me at the time getting the same thing. So the squad is putting up numbers.
You know, we need to make some kind of update for while we're working on this during the season or whatever.
For what our score is? How do I look that up? So here's the other secret. I'm not turning in my bonds. I am, and I know Chig isn't either. We've been saving them for a while. I'm currently sitting on 7.082 billion in Thargoid combat bonds, and Chig has over 14 billion.
I
think it's 16 now.
I have like 2.5 million.
Do I go to? Oh, here we are. Leaderboards.
Yeah.
Xeno Defense. Let's see. Where
there's no
are
commas in the numbers, so they're hard to.
We
parse.
were 23rd the last I saw.
Yeah, we're not on the first page. We are not on the second page.
It'll tell you up at the top what we are.
It lists us right up above everybody.
Now we dropped.
We've dropped 33. Yeah. Well,
in the rankings.
Get out there and fry some bugs, guys. Get out there and fry them bugs. We gotta get up there.
Currently, third place is, using my finger as a comma, third place is 15 billion. So if Chig and I turned in right now, we would actually be in.
Just Chig.
Let's see. First place is 53 billion. AXI is in first place with 53 billion currently. So we would be solidly in second place if Chig and I turned in right now, but we're not going to. We're going to wait.
Chig is now over 16 billion by himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to kill more bugs and
so
I can help boost the
Chig
numbers.
is in second place alone.
Yeah. Yep. So anyway, what's that's a show. Is there anything else we should add besides our normal fluff pieces at the end here? Sorry, is any part of this show not a fluff piece? Hold on, let's get to the hard journalism. Let me tell you about bugs.
Let's get to the hard journalism. Let's get down to brass tacks, guys, on our fucking Elite Dangerous podcast.
All right, we've had a lot of fun here today, guys, but it's time to be serious.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It's about ethics in space journalism.
I'm going to go land on a carrier called Hot Cross Buns.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's so much seriousness in this game with a fleet carrier named Big Ol' Anime Titties.
Yeah.
All right. So next on my list of show notes is cheese.
Ooh.
And somebody has a cheese.
Somebody typed that in because I know it wasn't in there before.
I did that. I did the cheese.
Congratulations. You get to be the cheeeser today.
I'm glad you're admitting it. Yeah.
I typically do and put in the cheese in the notes now. So you're welcome.
But you're the cheesiest.
For the cheese
Has
of the
torch
week,
been passed? I mean,
I don't know. I just kind of stole the torch, I guess. That's on brand.
It's a relay. We're all friends here.
That's on brand, I guess. That's very me.
Yeah.
So cheese of the week is mozzarella. And it is I can't see my screen. Hold on.
You need a darker yellow for that to see against the white background.
I did it on one of my other screens, and it was a darker yellow. It was very legible on there, and then now I moved it over to another screen, and now I can't see it.
Oh, now we got red mozzarella.
Yeah, it's mozzarella. It's like, it's how it comes wrapped in that. Fuck off. How about that?
The bluebell. Baby bluebell. Baby bell.
You don't like it? Fuck you.
Absolutely.
The cheese of the week is mozzarella. It is the most eaten cheese in the world. It is a southern Italian dairy product traditionally made from buffalo's milk. Fresh mozzarella.
Oh, no shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Fresh mozzarella is generally white, but when it's seasoned is when it turns into the light yellow, and that depends on the animal's diet. Due to its high moisture content, it's traditionally served the day after, so that's when it's the freshest. But it can be kept in brine for up to a week or longer when sold in vacuum sealed packages, so like what you get at the store. But that is mozzarella.
Wow.
It goes good on pizza and pasta and other Italian things.
Caprese salad. That's a favorite around this house.
How do they stringify the mozzarella into
I don't
string
know.
cheese?
Why don't you
With an
do the cheese next
extruding
week
machine.
and you give out the facts.
Well, mozzarella does have a grain to it, so depending on the shape that you let it congeal in, right? Like, so typically it's like in balls, and then it ends up with like a circular grain. Like if you ever tried to cut it, when your cut doesn't go quite right and it peels a little bit, it'll peel in sort of like a circle sort of shape.
Typically in what? In balls?
Balls, Teflon.
Is that the part of the buffalo it comes from?
No, that's the shape of the mozzarella. God damn it.
That's our in-game faction rare item, loose and screwy cheese balls.
Loose screws cheese balls. Coming to be sure to check your grocer's freezer.
Yeah.
Or your grocer's fridge.
Coming soon to Maury Port.
I have a confession to make about string cheese sticks. I chomp them. I do not peel the string cheese.
Yeah, that's the better way to do it.
Too much mess. It makes crumbs fall everywhere. I'm like, oh.
And you feel like you're missing out because crumbs means that's cheese that didn't make it into your mouth.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I just don't want to do it.
I'm glad I'm
the quickest way to get it into my mouth
among friends
is just to eat it.
What if you fold it and just put the whole thing in there at the same time?
That works too. Sometimes I do.
I see you two are men of culture.
Yeah.
But oh man, Chig's gonna be proud of this one. Let me tell you.
He is. It was Chig's wife's birthday today.
Happy birthday,
so an
Mrs.
impromptu
Chig.
party happened, and he's not on the podcast. So great job, Mrs. Chig.
Yes.
Congratulations on your continued survival.
And condolences for living with Chig.
Yeah.
I hope he has his own private.
She put a ring on it.
As much cheese as he eats.
She said yes.
Yeah.
Was it a ring of cheese?
Okay. Is there any like movie anniversary nonsense you guys want to blather on about?
No, because the last time I did it, Trax was like, "No one cares about this."
Well, you didn't do it last week, then, did you?
No, I wasn't here last week.
Oh shit, me neither.
The time before that, I did Batman the animated series.
I saw a headline that L.A. Confidential turns 25 today.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
but it's like it's a movie with Kevin Spacey, so am I not allowed to like it anymore? Since he's
no, yeah, people are separate from their art to a certain extent, you know. Yeah. You don't have to appreciate somebody's personal actions or politics if they made a good movie. It's separate from that.
I can enjoy Top Gun and still think Tom Cruise is a raging lunatic.
It's not a matter of opinion. That guy's nuts.
No, it's really not.
What is this?
So I can enjoy LA Confidential even though he's in it, or Kevin Spacey's in it.
So what's with this? You know, what really grinds my gears, old man hour of the show here, with this new streaming future that we're living in. I was gonna watch. I haven't seen the new Top Gun yet. We wanted to watch it. It was at home. It was available to rent and buy right after it got out of the theaters. But then after a couple of weeks, you couldn't rent it anymore. You can only buy it on Amazon or anywhere else. That makes no sense to me. I figured it'd be the opposite. You could only buy it
I think
at first.
they'd make more by renting it, yeah.
And then you could rent it later after demand went down a little bit.
I mean, that's
weird.
I mean, they're the ones with all the watch numbers and ticket sales numbers, right? I guess. But I don't know. I agree with you. I feel that way about so many things. Like, what are you doing? Or when programs were not, they'd be like hard to find streaming. And I think, like, why is it so hard to get the ad revenue and stuff to where it needs to be for streaming to not to be like the thing, the top dog, you know, to be the pinnacle of where you want to be. And, you know, cable TV should be the second run thing where you're relying on Nielsen and all this other crap. You could literally know, like, how many people are watching every one of your ads. They can't be like fast forwarded through. You can know their demographics. It's the literal counts, not estimates. I don't understand anything about this and why it's not just the peak of everything right now. I don't know.
It's an institution, I guess. It's slow to change. I don't know.
Yeah, we're like waiting for old white people to die.
Yeah.
In order for any progress to happen.
It's definitely taking longer to die
wait
than I
a
thought it would.
I resemble that demographic.
That is how you get TVs for so cheap nowadays, because they sell all your viewing habits.
Oh God, yeah, because they're all smart TVs.
Yeah, that's how
you know the secret to smart TVs. They don't update their apps properly, and they're junk, and they track you in amazing and bizarre ways. Just don't. If you can't find a non-smart TV and stick some kind of set-top box onto it, then just turn off all those features on the TV and stick a box onto it, because those get actual software updates. A little tip for you.
Yep. I've had good luck with my Roku integrated TV, but that is always an option.
I found that with
but Roku
smart
is
TVs,
a separate company, right? So that might be even better than like if it's just like Samsung's own home-built crap, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Roku on the TCL TV built in.
Yeah,
so yeah, I guess it does
smart
update.
TVs they'll stop working if you use DNS ad blocking.
From experience, I understand.
Like router level stuff.
Yeah, router level ad blocking, like the smart TVs that we have here, like they'll just straight up stop functioning properly. I also didn't take too much time to fine tune it. It's almost like as soon as it finds out, like, hey, I can't phone back home, it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking stop.
That would be exactly how they're set up. That's some 2001 Space Odyssey vibes right there. Like, oh, I don't think I can watch that program, Dave. There's something interfering with my programming. Maybe if you turn off these safety locks. Wow, has nobody seen that movie? Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't care.
No, we all followed you.
I've seen it.
Okay, all right.
We all followed you.
Okay.
My God, it's full of stars. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I get it. It's a monolith. It's a weird thing, and now he's a baby. By the way, that whole ending, that'll really knock you on your butt when you're a little kid.
I'm sorry, Trax. I can't do that.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Why is that even on the soundboard?
I guarantee that was Teflon's fault.
It was. I did it.
Like most things are Teflon's fault.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think there's any more to this show, is there?
I mean, I could tell you how I found out about ADHD.
Oh God.
And that's okay.
All right. Well, all that's left then is for me to thank my compatriots. Dubs, Data, Nurgle, Teflon, you guys, you really did it. You really did it. And to thank all of the Loose Screws Squadron members for putting up those big AX numbers. Go for bronze. I realized how funny that was about halfway through the sentence, but anyway.
We're setting realistic goals. That is healthy to do.
It's fine.
We are.
I'm not going to try to take out AXI at their own game. There's just too many of them.
No.
All right. Well, if you like the show, please give us a rating. And if you don't like the show, please don't give us a rating on your podcast app. And you can find us on Discord at discord.io/loosescrews. And you can check out our merch store at loosescrewsed.com. And if you want to support the show, you can do that at patreon.com/loosescrewsed. And that's where we get funds to pay for our fun recording software that brings us to you in high fidelity and also allows us to do this soundboard. So it is, it's a complicated calculation, whether that is of value to people, but for some reason they're paying us to do it. So thanks you all supporters thanks to the patrons for your support. You know, we couldn't do fart sounds.
It's at least entertaining us. We don't know if it's entertaining anybody else, but we have.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that was fun. We'll see you next time. Everybody say goodbye at the same time.
That was definitely a good time. Goodbye at the same time.
Bye bye.